What's up, everybody? BC. Welcome back to another episode. Today, I want to specifically talk to you guys about some changes you're going to have to make in 2023 and moving forward, going into 2024. 5 points is kind of what I boiled it down to. These are things that I think are essential now with what's happening in the world and what you need to do. Again, not just to do okay, but to really have success, make a lot of money, and separate yourself. Because if you haven't noticed, the ones who have now, the people who are making money and doing well, are doing better and better, that small percentage. And most other people are hurting, they're in debt, and they're struggling really, really bad right now. Okay, whether you look at real estate or anything else, it's tough out there for a lot of people. Yet I know myself, the people around me, all my coaching members are on the opposite trend. So you want to make sure you tap into some of these things. So you ride that wave and you tap into the basic, simple principles that are going to help you separate yourself from the pack. Right? If you get dug into a hole now moving forward in this current climate, it's going to be that much more difficult for you to get out. Okay? So you want to pay very close attention. Number one, I wrote old school. And what I mean by old school is nitty-gritty communication skills and the basics and fundamentals of what you do in your industry, right? So let me give you an example. In sales and real estate right now, it's trendy to just run to social media, claim that the old school stuff is outdated and doesn't work, and just suddenly try to figure things out, be an influencer, be a TikToker, and all that stuff. Now, there's nothing wrong with social media. They're free platforms. I've had tremendous success. You can have tremendous success with them, but you need to understand that these industries, these businesses are still based in old school fundamental things, such as being a fantastic communicator, understanding human relations, right? Having relationships, right? Having your systems in place, knowing how to run a business, right? Some of these basic tenets that people want to run over or ignore or skip. Skip is the main one that I see. You cannot skip this stuff, guys. And in today's culture, that stuff has been pushed to the side and labeled as not important. It is extremely important. Having standard operating procedures for your business, right? Make sure that you budget. Know every penny coming in and coming out. Following a schedule, having a clear-cut business plan, understanding and tracking your metrics and your numbers. I mean, kindergarten stuff when it comes to business, like being a top-notch communicator. That doesn't mean dancing on TikTok. That means being a full-fledged, bona fide, strong communicator to where if you sit with buyers, you sit with sellers, they have confidence in you and your ability to deliver the result. And not even that, let's take a step back. Can you get people's attention in person? Forget online. Are you awkward when you go outside? Can you dominate a networking event? Can you go door to door and cold call and approach people randomly in public and start a conversation comfortably, get their information, see if they're interested in real estate? Can you do it? Because if not, you got a long way to go, dude, if you want to be at the top. You need to be a mega rock star when it comes to that type of basic stuff. And if you can't do it, it's going to be tough for you moving forward because these old school things are being lost in translation. Right? That's why I hammer it into the people close to me and my students and my team members and the individuals in my real estate network. And I hammer it over and over and over. And the ones who are diving deep into that, really having it click and understanding it and working it properly are seeing tremendous results. Right? Like shout out to Adolfo, right? He's one of my distinguished agent members. He door knocked a guy 4 or 5 days ago. And last night he just took a listing for $2.5 million, an expired listing. Right? Now, there's a lot of little details in there that I'm not going to talk about, but he took it at a full commission where everybody's struggling right now. And he's going to break into a new neighborhood that he's been wanting to break into. And kudos to him, man. Right? This is the first of many, I told him. Well deserved. While everyone else is struggling, saying, oh, it's tough out there. He's getting big ticket listings in the real estate world. That's what I'm talking about here. And it was predicated based on this first point, the old school stuff. His communication got better, right? He did the old school techniques. He followed what he was supposed to do. He's built his confidence, right? He's a force to be reckoned with now on the market. When he talks to people, he's not awkward. So here you go. And the result of that equals success. All right? So let's tap back in and really understand these old school things. All right? Number 2 is you as an individual. Whether you're an entrepreneur, again, realtor, salesperson, whatever it is, influencer, you need to understand and embrace more the educator/consultant role. You see, we're shifting now into what I call a skill-based market, right? Meaning you don't have the news, you don't have the media, you don't have the public consensus on your side in your industries and business and the economy right now. They're actually working against you. Meaning people's sentiment isn't just to run to you and be easy sales now, right? You're going to have to actually sell now and walk people through and identify their motivation, right? Help kind of squash some of these basic misinformation type of things and topics that they have in their mind in order to facilitate them making a decision of yes or no to buy your product or service, right? So with that said, that means that you do need to be a better salesperson, you need to be more educated on your product and service, and you need to understand and embrace that consultant role more, right? It's up to you to divulge the right information, guide the conversation, guide their thought process, be able to answer any question that they have, know your industry, know your product and service inside and out, and start providing that type of stuff that really makes people comfortable, allows them to trust you, and allows them to move forward with confidence, making some sort of consumer-based decision where they buy your product or service, right? And I think a lot of people, they just take things at face value with the second point. Oh, well, the client said this and the client said that. Yeah, they might have said that, but what's behind it, right? Is that really when they said they want to wait? Well, why do they want to wait? Is it based on the right information? If not, you need to get in there and give them the information to enlighten that decision. Because with presented new information, debunking something that they thought maybe was incorrect or had a misunderstanding of, their decision could potentially change. Now, if you embrace this educator/consultant role, you'll get in there and get your hands dirty a little bit and talk to them, massage them, right? Find out their motivation, give them the information they need, and that will properly influence them to make the right decision. Now, in many cases, that means they're not going to move forward with your product or service. Totally cool. But in some cases, they'll say yes. And this is why you need to understand this and build this skill set and put this hat on when you go out there and tell yourself it's not just easy anymore, even online. Before, you could just run an online ad or organically through your social media. People would just buy all your stuff and sign up and you wouldn't have to lift a finger. Now, you need to be a lot more aggressive. You need to engage with the person, talk to them, right? Sell them. You need to do a lot more compared to 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, even when it comes to the online stuff. You see, but if you're not making these shifts and you're not adapting, you're going to be left behind like everybody else and be sitting there scratching your head wondering, what's going on here? This doesn't make any sense. Make your calls to action simple, right? Say them often. Same thing in person. Embrace this role, and you're going to start to see that your business will begin to shift and change over the next coming months and year, okay? Number 3 is the power of the relationship. I still see so many people not understand what building a relationship is, okay? First and foremost, let's debunk a myth that I hear all the time. You can be a top-notch salesman and build relationships simultaneously. These aren't independent. I still get the question sometimes, well, do I sell or do I build a relationship? Dude, you do both. I don't know who's out there telling you can't do both. They have no idea what they're talking about if you're hearing that. That is incorrect information. I am a top-notch salesman myself. I hang my hat on it. I proudly say I'm a salesman, but I'm building great relationships with my customers, right? On the real estate side, on the online side, and all that stuff. But I understand that I can do both because when you're a great salesperson, you make people feel good. They trust you. They like talking to you. They want to come back for more. So naturally, your business relationship will be good because they respect you, they like you, and they trust you, right? I'm not trying to be buddy-buddy with them. Some people, you will build a relationship outside of what you offer, for sure. But again, people are looking for a business relationship. Why do I say that? Well, take a look at this. You all have your accountant, your dentist, the people that you go to. And most of those people, you're not looking to go out and have a beer with them. You have a business relationship with them, meaning they're your person for XYZ category. Your dentist, when you need them, you schedule, you go. Period, end of story, right? I mean, it's that simple. You're not playing cards with them. You're not talking to them on a regular basis. Hey, how's the kids? Maybe some people you are because you have a closer affinity and you happen to connect with that person. But for the most part, these are business relationships, meaning when you need them, you're going to use them. So you want to create more business relationships with local businesses, local business owners, investors, other agents and people who are in your industry, right? The consumers through your social media, all that stuff. You need to have those systems in place and you need to hang your hat on the fact that, hey, if I'm building relationships, my future is going to be very bright because now I'm working with people who already know me, like me, and trust me. And when you do that, business is much easier. You're not fighting. You're not being nickel and dimed on your commissions and your fees, and it's going to be a lot smoother for you, okay? Number 4 is while everyone else is retracting and running away, similar to what we saw back when the market crashed and the economy back in like 2007 and 2008, everyone's tucking their tail between their legs. Everyone's holding on to the penny or two that they have. Everybody's running away. Everybody's waiting. If you want to take a bigger chunk of the pie right now, right? If you want to take a step forward and jump into an opportunity that other people refuse to either see or don't have the balls to do, right now you need to invest more. You need to invest more into your business. You need to invest more into yourself. You need to invest in the coaching and all that stuff that normally you would say, especially right now, oh, times are tough. No. Now's when you need to double down on all these things, whether it's investing in you, your business, or whatever it is. Why? Less people are doing it. Now you can get ahead. Now you can run with the winners. Now you can get in the winner's circle. Now you can do so much to get ahead while everyone else is running away, right? Now there's a unique opportunity with it because there's so many less people doing it that the rewards and the compensation for this are tenfold, 100-fold, because now you can take a bigger piece of the pie while everyone else is running away or waiting on the sidelines for it to be safe. Right? There's always calculated and marginal risk in everything you do, whether it's your personal development, whether it's building your business or anything else. But see, the winners are the people who take that step. Anything we do that's new or the unknown, investing money, right? Trying something new, changing careers, approaching strangers. If you're not used to doing that stuff, you're innately going to fear it. We fear the unknown as human beings. We really do. And that's okay. You need to embrace that and say, I'm going to feel a certain type of emotion. But now from a business standpoint, especially right now in this current climate, investing more in yourself and your business, man, it's one of the easiest ways to get ahead because less and less and less people are doing it. And what I'm finding is the people who are willing to do it now are seeing results quicker, better, and I know they're setting themselves up for the next couple of years to really have a lot of success. And at the very bare minimum, much more stability and growth over the next couple of years versus watching everything and everyone around them just crumble, okay? Now, here's the last one is, yes, we want to focus on building our active income, but you need to have something in place in regards to building passive and residual income. You need to be investing in assets that pay you back, like real estate. You need to be joining, like what I did with my previous real estate company and now at Real, where I'm building a large agent network that's paying me passively and residually. I make over 6 figures a year already with that business in a couple months. And I'm really pushing that to grow it to $1 million business where I make over $100,000 a month with just one stream of income with my agent network passively and residually. And I want to keep growing it and growing it and growing it, right? So not only am I working actively to build my active income, which needs to always be there, you need to make sure that you're building something up passively and residually. Are you being awarded stock or something? Are you building up, an agent network business? Are you investing in real estate or assets that pay you back? You need to make sure that a portion of your income that's set aside is focused on building these things long term. This is what builds the security, but also builds the financial freedom that gets you to a point where later on you can literally be like in my position where I can do whatever the hell I want. I do this out of passion now and for fun. I don't have to do this anymore. And it's cool because now when I wake up, I know everything is by choice and by design. I'm not forced to do anything anymore. 10 years ago, I was forced as an agent to get up there and hustle, 10, 12, 14 hours a day. I had to. Now I don't. I do it by choice. And there's a big shift there in power and perspective and fulfillment as a human being when you can do it. But in part, it's been after I secured my first income source, which was real estate and sales in the beginning, I started building up these other avenues of passive and residual to fund and build the lifestyle and financial freedom that I have today. And if you're not focused on that moving forward, you're going to find that you're always going to be stuck in the hamster wheel like most people are, and you can never get out of it. It's a conversation I have with realtors all the time. If you stop selling, you go broke and you're homeless. You have to keep selling to keep the lights on and to put food on the table. And that's great. And you want to keep hustling. That's fine. But do you want to do it forever? What are you going to do at the end? Are you going to build something that pays you, that keeps growing every year? Or are you going to always be reliant on your active income, meaning you have to stay in the workforce? You have to keep selling homes. So eventually, we have to start building that, and a shift has to be made. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed these points. I think 2023 and 2024 are going to be up for grabs for the people who really dive deep and really latch onto these 5 points that I gave, because I continue to do it and see success that people around me keep doing it. And I'm hoping that after listening to this episode, maybe you learned a couple things that you can start adjusting and doing in your business to help you. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Couple of quick announcements. I have a couple of webinars coming up this weekend. Make sure you DM me, check me out on Instagram and Facebook. I always post the links, maybe in my bio as well on Instagram. And lastly, not this Friday, but the following Friday in August, we will be having another in-person event here for free in my office in Miami, where we will be discussing some basics of NLP, how you can apply it to your business and your life. All right. See you on the next episode. Peace.